Hello, welcome back. Oh, is that too
I'm
loud?
good. No, we're fine. I didn't have my earphones on.
Hello, welcome back. Yes, Liquid versus Escape Gaming, Boston Major European Qualifiers. Team Liquid is doing really well.
That they are. They're 5-1, 4-1, something in one.
I think even have they even dropped a single game yet?
Yeah, they lost to Navi of all
Oh,
teams.
today.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that
the
was a
opening
very
game.
fast game. Yeah,
Yep. But
I wasn't able to see that one, but I heard about it. So
the
that says enough.
Kuroki carry doing work, and we may be seeing it again as they pick Draw Ranger.
Yeah, what was it in an interview? It was in an interview Matumaman said if it's Joe Ranger, he doesn't like to play it, and Kuroki does it.
Yeah, but the game today was Kuro playing Luna.
He doesn't
So-
like female heroes.
That's the new theory. I don't
White
know.
hair.
The white. Just what color is Luna's
Because
hair?
he plays Spectre and stuff.
That's true. There you go. There's a hero who plays.
Yeah.
He's not totally afraid of women.
But yeah, Liquid is 4-1, and Escape is 2-4.
Ooh, that's
Escape can't lose.
Yeah, I think 5. You're gonna go 5 and 4 to stand a chance. 4 and 5 is just nah. I'm sure there's some theory, like potential for like some 5-way tie people are talking about, but realistically, no. It's you got to go 5 and 4 is a minimum,
Exactly.
and even that may not be enough if there's enough teams who go 6 and 3.
So we start off with the Drazzle and the Drow Ranger for Team Liquid. That's a good start. Although Escape Gaming, Ogre Juggernaut, fairly
Yep.
standard now as well.
Fairly standard, perhaps Liquid a bit more what we're seeing. Although the Ogre first pick is just such a bread and butter what we're seeing all over the place. Miracles seems to get laned against Ogres every game nowadays. You're versing Miracle. Let's pick an Ogre and make sure we win mid.
They're not too afraid about that Ogre though. At least they ban out Marana, Yepsor Marana, and they ban out Cinderin Warlock.
And Escape had been first pick in the Warlock a lot of their games, and Yapsor, of course, is Murano, well known. It's very, very potent in a lot of their games, but don't have to worry about the Yapsor heroes too much anymore. I imagine he'll be playing that Ogre. Jug, kind of
Most
flexible,
likely.
can go mid, can go safe lane, kind of leave it till your last pick to decide that if you want, since you can wait to see who Liquid are going to run mid. Then you can figure out what matchup you're going to get, what you have to be worried about. But it
Yeah.
will be a mid hero with Drow Aura, you assume, so that's where Jug maybe can struggle.
So this is the third game that I've seen today from Escape Gaming, and the first two they went for the Centaur as carry, which
Mhm.
that didn't work, and Slardar as carry, which also didn't work, and both kind of like both times Escape Gaming had this draft that should have been like super strong at around 20 minutes and then run over their opponent and all that. But they never really got to do that, so I hope they're gonna draft something a little bit more conservative this time that can work in multiple stages of the lane, multiple stages of the game. But I think Juggernaut's already a good pick for that.
Yeah,
It's,
so you
very
think
versatile.
having more late game is kind of what you're getting at.
Hey,
E.T.
it's been a while.
Interesting. Good deep push.
Yeah.
Gets rid of the Drow's armor. Since she's getting lots of agi from her spells, you basically negate all that armor if you can get on top of... Well, you don't even have to get on top of her, just the spirit itself. But, of course, to do damage, you need a hero on top of her like a Jug.
Yeah.
Interesting little pick. Does put Ogre into like a 5 position role for Syndran most likely, but you can have Ogre in the safe lane. The way he zones out mid, you can do the same thing in the safe lane as well. So maybe we'll just see Syndran picking that one up.
Yeah, I think Escape, I mean, they can really do whatever they want depending on what Miracle's going to do, which hero he's going to go for. Based on that, they can still have Ogre in the mid lane. But so far, Liquid is not really revealing anything for the lanes with just a Drow and a Dazzle and now also a Rubik pick.
Also reveals nothing at all.
Exactly.
Just shows they want strong lanes. They can aggro Trialing with this if they want. They've just got good supports who have got initiation. They've got heal, sustain. They've got save. Got a bit of everything, really.
And if they really want to, we've seen Miracle go mid on Rubik. So
Oh, that's actually a good point. Flexible pick because of that. I guess Escape will know by the I guess you can pick an offlane and then maybe you don't know.
if Kuroki normally plays Drow Ranger, because Kuroki is the Rubik player.
I've seen Bulba play the Rubik as well
Okay.
one of the games, so Bulba can also play it.
Is Matuma Man the 5 support when he plays support?
So the first time he was the Warlock, where
Yeah.
they had the Drow Warlock, and he was super under farm, was a 5. The next time he was a Shadow Demon, but he had way more farm than the Bounty. Bulba was playing Bounty with like 4k net worth, and Shadow Demon had like 10k net worth. It was actually crazy how farm.
Okay.
Matama was like, I can get as much farm on my support as my carry kind of mode. But
Yeah, I think he tweeted about that. It's like, from this point onward,
Yeah.
I'm always going to get a Midas on my support.
Midas though. I saw a few play.
Oh.
Madara was upset. The ad Finum carry was like, bro, what's up? You lied to us.
Yeah.
What happened? And Liquid pick up Timbersaw. And this is still a pick where you're kind of scratching your head, like, could this be a mid Rubik? Could this be a support Rubik? Timbersaw can go mid, can go off lane. Rubik can go mid because it's Miracle, or it can go support.
Mind Control plays a lot of Timbersaw. I think at this stage you would expect it to be Mind Control Timbersaw, but
it's a good counter pick to Alchemist, and not a counter pick you have to lane against Alch. You can run him in the off lane as long as he gets farm, and then he comes into play in the mid game as a counter. But you don't want him to get zoned too much in that off lane, but it's 4 melee heroes. Is Timber really going to get zoned by that? I don't particularly think so. Jug is alright against Timber because Blade Fury being magic damage, but you've got Timber Chain to get away there. To me, this is looking like a favorable draft for Liquid. I'm not liking too much the mass melee of Escape Gaming, and don't feel like they've got good answers to the Timbersaw.
No, they ban out the Slaughter themselves, just in case Liquid still wanted to go for that. And that does kind of show that they expect the Timbersaw to have potential in mid there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Liquid, very flexible with what they can do. I mean, the good news for Escape is they'll know by the time they get to their last pick, because it's Escape with the overall last pick. But I don't like the team. Like, they picked up already their mid and their carry, presumably with Jug Alchemist, so Liquid doesn't have to worry too much about that 10th pick catching him by surprise. I mean, the offlaners that can catch you by surprise is like Broodmother, but that hero is just not all that good. I mean, in theory, it's meant to be good against Drow strats, but Liquid could switch up the lanes, put Drow mid, aggro tri-lane the Drow, and put Timbersaw in the safe lane, or they can just last pick like I guess Axe and Tide a ban, maybe pick a Legion Commander to deal with it. But again, you won't know until by the time the Brute comes out, so you can't really counter pick it. Legion could be a good hero for Liquid though, if they want something like that.
But it really depends on if they want that Timbersaw and Miracle or on Mind Control, and it really, like, at least lucky for Escape Gaming, they have the last pick, because at this point it could be any.
Yep. So we'll see what comes out for Liquid.
So you have 4 melee heroes on Escape.
Mm-hmm.
What ranged core /
I think it's an offlaner for Escape.
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know if you can.
Which
There's
ranged
not many good
offlaners
ranged
then?
offlaners.
Yeah.
Most offlaners are melee.
Wind Ranger? No.
I don't
People used to play
so.
Wind Ranger offlane. Marana's already been down offlane. I'm thinking real hard. I think those are the only 2 potential offlaners.
Unless ET is offlane, but that seems very out there.
They could do that.
But then you're just picking up a Synderen here last, and your draft is, that means their draft is complete, which is fine. Like, this is, like, not the...
Yepsor can play...
She can't Wind Ranger. Drow Wind Ranger. There we go.
Wind Ranger, Drow Ranger is super scary. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is a game where I think Miracle's going to have a better mid lane than some of the ones we saw earlier today, where he got bullied a lot. Yep. Even with the Ogre there. He's got Drow Aura, he's got good supports to back him up. Ogre may have to spend more time bottom.
5 melee. Clockwork. But
whose clock is it?
This is Escape.
Ypsor or Kezu.
So, yeah.
ET is mostly a support. Are they going to do it?
Kezu clock.
Yeah, Kezu clock. Need that gap closer. I'm just not sold on the clock these days, just because of Hurricane Pike coming in as an item. Makes carries buying Force Staff and Hurricane Pike just a natural fit for Drows and Snipers and I guess Wind Ranger doesn't go into the item so much. But you'll have a Hurricane Pike on Drow, probably see a Force Staff on either Rubik or Dazzle, and then Clockwork just gets dealt with through that.
Yeah, just to clarify for people, Escape Gaming is actually a team that also plays Clockwork on Ypsor on support, so hence the need to check it. And there's still a chance that they will swap it. Maybe. Small chance.
Small chance.
Yeah, they probably won't. But you never know. They might want to throw their opponents off guard.
And so Mind Control will be Timbersaw. Should be a really good Timbersaw game. This is, I don't think you want to be... That's why I don't also question the clock pick, because I think Drow isn't the hero to be worried about. I think it's more Timbersaw. If you can shut him down, make sure he doesn't have a big game. Same with the Wind Ranger. Drow doesn't become a problem. You've got good damage output. You have an ET Jug, who if you hit a stomp on Drow, Jug gets in with like a Blink Manta, Omni slashes the Drow, easy kills. So clock to me just isn't the best pick here.
5 melee heroes, and Ogre Magi having a fairly short range on his spells. Hitting double shackles on heroes actually becomes a bigger possibility, I feel. It should be easier to do than normal with the range scores. Positioning is just going to be a little bit harder with all these melee heroes if they want want to get something out of if it's a team fight, because based on team fight, I don't think Escape Gaming really wants a team fight all that much. Maybe with the Elder Titan later on, but even that is more like, yep.
Well, I was wondering why we weren't loading into the game. It felt like we were taking an awful long time to get in there, but it looks like Dota decided to shit the bed.
Crash, and that means that our in-game audio is awkward.
We'll
Gone.
see. We can always restart Dota if it's not working. Who knows? Will it work? Oh, you mean the Dota TV audio, or you mean the
Dota TV.
audio on stream?
Audio on stream will be fine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I hear Dota
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
again,
we can hear it.
and we don't have the weird buggy matiggy.
Hopefully Dota TV audio works. We are transmitting to Dota TV.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. Okay, we have 1 minute 22 seconds. Liquid.
+1.
Highest total magic damage or pure damage done to heroes.
Timbersaw.
Yeah, pure damage.
Oh, it's offlane Wind Ranger, by the way. Miracles Timber.
Oh.
Well, we'll see.
Still,
who's
it's still Timber.
I agree.
First time tower. 8 minutes.
Drowstrat.
That's pretty good counter push.
It won't be before 5. Maybe either 5 to 8 or 8 to 11. Maybe 8 to 11. Hard to say. I don't know.
I've
I'm
had
not sure. I don't trust you.
first team with the first tower. Team
Should be
Liquid.
Yeah,
Ranger.
should be.
Okay. Well, let's go. We have Team Liquid standing on the high ground. They have Miracle on indeed the Timbersaw, as you mentioned. Kuroki on the Dro Ranger. Matuma Man on the Dazzle. And it will be Bulba on the Rubik with Mind Control offlane Wind Ranger.
Yep.
It's been so long since I've seen an offlane Wind Ranger. I mentioned it earlier, but I was more
For
as a
escape.
yeah, and I was more as mentioning ranged offlaners than the Blast from the Past type of style.
Well, ranged heroes are good against melee heroes. That's
Yeah.
how that's meant to work. So I guess if you're Liquid, you're like, well, why not run Wind Ranger? They don't have the best ways to close the gap. Maybe you throw like a stun or ignite, but then you just wind run away from the Blade Fury. So it should be a straightforward game, and it looks like Bulba's going to even be down there helping the lane. Bulba had a great game on Rubik yesterday. We saw him steal a Sand King stun, make some big plays there. So definitely looking forward to see his Rubik plays again.
Sinrin will have his Ogre again, Yapsor, Elder Titan, one of his signature heroes. And Era on the Juggernaut this time. Mid Quickfan, Alchemist, and Kezu offlane Clockwork. All pretty straightforward. And Timbersaw Alchemist mid lane without any Ogre, any help whatsoever. How's this going to go?
It's okay till level 6, I guess, for Alk. It's not the worst matchup in the world, but they're kind of trade farm. I honestly think it's a pretty boring matchup in some ways. Slightly Timbersaw favored, but again, Alk has the jungle. He'll just fall back and farm some jungle camps if he ever feels like he needs some help.
Well, this should be a more interesting...
just got one tower hit.
Yeah, but... Oh, this is pretty damn scary. He has a salve, so he'll use that.
I thought for a second he pulled him close enough to get maybe multiple tower hits, and it could have been a first blood.
Yeah.
Nicely played by Bulba.
This is the whole range versus melee thing
Yeah.
played out perfectly here by Liquid.
That's why you run the Rubik in the offlane as well. Good luck getting close enough to Blade Fury. This is what Escape need to do. Just use the pull camps. Ooh, that right click hurts.
Oh, that hurts a lot. And that is almost... Yeah, first blood. Yapsor gets it with the spirit still in the end.
That's been
Very
unfortunate.
nicely done.
They got baited a bit there. It was really nice by Escape. They used the tree line to get into melee range. And side of Liquid thought they were creep pulling, but instead of securing the creep neutral last hits, they actually went for the kill there. And it was a very intelligent gank from Escape.
In the meantime, on the top lane, Kezu's in a little bit of a pickle here. He has got cogs available, but doesn't really want to put them out because Matsumaman will just continue hitting him.
Yeah. Don't want to get caught inside
he's
with
in
him.
pain.
He'll salve up, but some good damage dealt Matu on the support role. But it's one of those things, it sounds odd to swap from like carry to 5 position, but if there's any role that you know best as a carry, it's the 5 position support, because that's a hero that's always in lane with you.
And you know exactly what you would need as a core, so...
It's not too hard to adjust to this role just based on playing the carry.
Oh, the double shackle. Mind Control gets it. I'm not sure if it's enough to kill the kill, though, but it is. Alchemist doing quite a bit of damage to Mind Control. Mind Control does not have a single point in win run. Let's see if he'll need it or not. I don't think so. Synderen decides to switch targets and then decides to just run off altogether, realizing his team is not backing him off anymore, and he's kind of outnumbered, and Bob actually wants to chase him.
Though. He walked in the acid, lost his clarity, so he won't have mana for another lift.
No, he is no longer chasing either. In the meantime, on the top lane, we have a rotation. Yapsor coming in to try and help deal with Matuma Man. and ticks off his clarity.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. He
That's
says
good.
boots
he gets
versus
a lot
no
of
boots.
movement speeds. from
Oh, dude, he is actually punching so hard. He's got double damage basically. That's enough to one more punch. Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
chaos.
hello Kazu with the flare, taking the last hit. That's actually really nice to get that to the offlaner.
Yeah. Just good ET play, using the Astro well, and bottom lane Era will find a kill with the help of Ogre. So one of the things you got to do, you want to, as much as your mass melee lineup looks like it should have weak lane. If anything, these heroes are really strong in the lane stage because they've got these low level spells that make up for the fact they're melee by being very powerful. ET with his early Astral plus Stomp, the Astral giving you the bonus movement speed, Clockwork Cogs being really strong, and we're seeing Clockwork now go in looking for another kill.
Yep, Matsuba-man should not have an escape there.
Nope.
They do get to lift on Clockwork. Do they have any extra backup, or is it just right-clicking all the way? And do they have enough damage? When they do,
Kenzo
I
will
think
be
they
left
do.
behind.
Yep, and one more hit needed, and it's the Dro that gets the kill.
But yeah, getting the kills with the Ogre Jug duo as well as the Clock ET. Fortunately, it's kills exchanged.
Yeah.
And Timbersaw continues to win his mid by a small margin. Alk at least, as said, we'll get some farm here.
Yep. We have the Wind Ranger is actually... She already died twice. It's kind of problematic, I think.
It's not great. Not a hero you want to have struggling. You want to get farm on the offlane Wind Ranger. That's why they had Bulba down there as well.
Yeah. Well, Matsuba-man rotates to the bot lane. Doesn't
Yeah.
want to deal with Clockwork anymore. We'll deal with Cinderin instead.
He wants to dodge the ET. That ET is such a nuisance for him.
Level 3 spin on the Juggernaut. That's a lot of damage. And there's still no boots on Wind Ranger, nor on the Dazzle. And
Yikes.
Juggernaut does have boots, almost phase even. If he makes it to the secret shop, to the side shop, he would have phase. So there's no escape once he starts to get on them.
Seems Liquid just want to get Drow 6. They actually leave Drow like alone up top almost with that in mind. But with that said, leaving Drow alone is leaving Drow alone, which
Yeah.
makes her very vulnerable. One Astral Stomp landing is her death. Mid lane, looking for some harass here is Timbersaw. Knowing Zalk's not level 6 yet. And he can easily tank a creep wave with the reactive armor.
Yeah, there's 34 last hits on the Timbersaw.
Yep.
Going for sitting on 16. The difference is overwhelming. Miracle does have some extra harass coming, and he's now surrounded by 3 heroes. In comes the Stomp and the Stun. Slept for the moment. Let's see if he can get out. He's doing so much damage to these heroes. They can't even go for him 3-1, and they have to run away just in case Miracle decides to make a play for it.
Yep, welcome to Timbersaw.
Oh, definitely not a fat Timbersaw.
Yeah, that's before he's got items and levels. He only had the 2 points in each skill.
Well, that's enough.
Alk desperate for that level 6, and Timber will even draw the creeps to him as he goes to grab the rune, so... Yep. Looking like a very easy, fun lane for Miracle.
But Matsuba-man still
Bad
doesn't have
thing.
boots and doesn't get the heal off. Well, does, but doesn't have a grave, so
Might
he
be
is gone for it. Miracle says, I'll take that kill, though. Thank you very much.
Worth it for Liquid, ultimately. Like,
Yeah.
support for offlaner. Support who's just a dazzle.
Oh, Miracle. I got a feeling that this Timbersaw...
How long till he's beyond godlike? is
Oh, that's the
I think.
question, right?
It really feels like he's going to go 10-0 this game.
Oh, he's definitely on the way to it.
Yeah.
He is just out of control, and he is not even. You know, you look at the levels. He's like, oh, he's the same level as the Juggernaut. It's fine. You look at the net worth, and yeah, sure, he's a little bit ahead, but you know, he's just fine. But he is so good against the heroes that Escape has.
Yeah, it's like is the Timbersaw game. That's where this pick is just fantastic with all the melee heroes, the strength hero of Alchemist, and we're going to have what should be an explosive game from Miracle. It's his turn to shine. He's been put in these positions where he's often kind of getting forced to, like his Invoker games where he had a rough lane, then he's forced to split push, maybe not have the high impact games he's used to, but this is his game to truly shine.
Finally, no Ogre Magi's to make his life miserable.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for this for quite a while.
Mhm.
It should be a fun game, unless you're an Escape fan. In which case it might be quite painful. But that being said, it is fairly obvious where Liquid is putting the focus, and maybe that for Escape is the way for them to deal with it. Maybe they can... Would you either work around it, or try to focus more on the Timbersaw, or
For
just
now, work around it.
Yeah.
Just try and feed off of the Wind Ranger, the Drow. Stay away from the Timbersaw. He's just that problematic, that hard to gank. You don't have maybe a level 2 Omni Slash. You can start considering ganking him, but you need to just create room for Alk.
Synderen finds himself in a position where he wants to teleport out, but he won't be able to.
That's
Dominating.
number 4.
He's got to get 9 before he reaches godlike, guys. Only 5 to go.
Yeah, it's feeling like by 20 minutes he's going to be godlike.
There's definitely a chance of that. He's just going to be
Gonna
very
regen
difficult to kill.
rune, he's scouting for the Alk stacks as well as just the Alchemist farming in general. Good news for Alk is he finds some bounty runes. This is really going to be quite for salvation. Finding bounty runes, farming his jungle. He's got to find some way to get up to that Radiance.
And a hook shot. That is something that Escape needs. These pickups. Get the dazzle. You know, get those little quirky kills that you can take.
They add up. I mean, you see a 6-6 kill score. It's makes it look a bit more even than it is, but it's not all bad for Escape. They are free farming the Juggernaut. The Alchemist is getting enough farm. Armlet at 9 minutes in is not too shabby by any means, so this is still a manageable game for Escape.
Yeah, they might be able to try to go on the Timbersaw here. Miracle does want to make a play on Synderen. Can he get it? He gets stomped.
Oh, with the Omni Slash?
Maybe Era goes for it. Goes for the Blade Fury rather than anything else. There's another Timber Chain. He's ticking his bottle as well. Goes to the low ground. He is just playing with them at this time, but perhaps they can bait him in further with Synderen's low life. He's teleporting out. He's teleporting out.
He'll make
there's nothing to stop it.
enough,
He's fine. Even the Omni Slash doesn't interrupt it anymore, so he's out.
And
He's
wouldn't
good.
have done enough damage. He had very high armor there. Even if he found him immediately and went for the Omni Slash, he probably would have survived there. We're incorrect.
There was a tower
that's first
dying.
tower.
That was the first tower.
8 to 11. That was in the off lane too. That's like not the tower you expect to go down, but oh well. So yeah, it's Miracle putting on a bit of a show there. Didn't quite get the Ogre kill, but I think he knew it would have been his own death if he went for it. Nice chain stun.
Oh, very nice indeed. He still has Omni Slash. We'll go for it. Gets into control and gets a kill as well.
Okay.
At least Dez will get the right click afterwards. A little bit of extra
Here's a
gold
hook
from Matuma Man. He'll like that one. Gets hooked upon. Kazu gets some minus armor with the Shadow Weave coming from Matuma Man, who just continues on right clicking. He knows the carry roll well, and he'll try to do it from the Dazzle point of view if he can.
He's trying to get them right.
He's trying to get there. One step at a time, guys. He's also going to buy wards.
He's like, I got the Drow, or I can be a right clicker. That's a thing.
I mean, this is definitely a lot of damage coming out from him. Let's see, 100 and... it's changing. I can't... I
think Drow's getting ganked top lane. They changed because the Drow lost the bonus agi.
That makes sense. I was curious about that. But he gets the grave, so Matuma Man actually rotated to help out. Matuma Man, very selfless, will die for his Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger ends up dead as well, but the double kill goes the way of mind control.
Kuro walked back near the acid. He could have lived. He really wanted to make sure they get the kill. Trading his life for an Alk is fine. It's more a question of whether he could have lived and they get the kill without him. But hey, he makes sure they get that kill, accepts his fate, says, I'll just walk into this acid.
And the Alchemist died before Kuroki died, so... Alchemist doesn't actually get the
It looked like he was close to being off the acid as well. It's very kind of deceptive, the visuals of the acid, as to whether you're in it sometimes. So,
unlike something like a call down or something, you don't see the actual line.
Era wants this deny. Miracle.
Oh, what?
Guys get denied. Era needs to be careful not to actually get picked off here, though.
And Clockwork got the kill on Wind Ranger. I don't think that should have happened, but mind control a little too far out.
Okay. Yeah.
Had some help also from the Ogre Magi. That was nice. With good kill going the way of Escape Gaming. It's 9 to 10. Let's take a look at the net worth. The Alchemist actually ahead right now, but the Alchemist should be ahead.
Yeah.
And he's actually probably not as far ahead as he should be.
Very small amount. Yeah. It's still a manageable game for Escape. They've got the Alchemist farmed enough. There's a big Timbersaw problem, and that's where Alchemist, even when he gets a lot of farm, and if he does start pulling ahead, it's not necessarily going to translate into a easy game for them.
Yeah.
Kuro gets scouted at the Ancients, but I think he's going to just keep farming it regardless. He knows the hook shot's on cooldown for a little bit longer.
Smoke.
But Escape, yeah, they could smoke towards those Ancients.
Well, they have a smoke
want
available.
the kill on mid, I imagine.
There's some people helping out the draw as well, or at least Bulba is around there just in case. There's an Omni Slash available. It does look like they want to go for a smoke.
It's just level 1. At this point, Jug's probably really thinking like, man, I want that level 2 Omni Slash, but if you got to go fight, you got to go fight. And a farming drow Timber could be enough incentive to look to make a play. It also just creates space for Alk. Right now, it's more about the Alk farming than the Jug, so you need to create some space by going for a smoke rotation with your team. Well, he's not going to go with his team. They're going to go without him. They've scanned down bottom. They saw the Dazzle. I'm not sure if they know who it is. It's not really the biggest kill for a smoke, but they'll still go looking for it.
But Timberman was just farming, you know? Let him farm. No? No grave? Yeah, well, that's not really... Even if he had a grave, doesn't matter. He couldn't teleport out anyway. Oh, Bulba gets the cogs. Drow Ranger teleported as well, but it's very risky to fight in that.
They'll back off and lose a Dazzle again.
I mean, Timbersaw is still farming.
Oh, yeah.
Wind Ranger is still farming.
That's totally fine. And again, it's like Matu kind of knows, like him being down there, it's a place where it's very high chance he dies, but he's just a 4/5 support. His death isn't the biggest deal. He's creating space for his Timber and Drow to get more room for them to farm.
Space created. This is great.
Correct.
I'm going to use all those excuses when I play pubs.
Interesting to see.
And die. Well, let's see what they can do with this smoke. 4-man smoke. Wind Ranger is not with them, but is mid. Maybe they can get Kazu, lift up. This is a Clockwork, gets a cog. Actually, that is the cogs of Bulba. We all have seen Bulba's clock. He's an amazing clock. Still, so a lot of damage with that blade mail and the battery assault. Not enough to get kills. Enough to... No, not enough to do anything, really. Liquid will just continue with the pressure and the focus fire coming out from mind control. He does not have his Aghanims yet, but he is not too far off.
Yeah, and with Timber here, it's very hard for Escape to fight into this. They'll see him in the front lines. He's going to tank up the creep wave to get the reactive armor procs, and now he's near unkillable.
Yep. They take the tower and they back off. Very patient, not overextending. Yep. Making sure they just get their objective and move out.
Continuing to farm, fighting more and more on Timbersaw. There's the relic though, so 15-16 minute radiance is a good timing for an alchemist, and it's going to be all about Quakefoot just continuing to farm. It's still just a scary thought as to matching up against Timbersaw as an alch. It's very hard to fight at any stage. You need your teammates to help deal with that at Timbersaw, and they don't have the best heroes to do it. Possible, I don't know.
Any items that they can fix that problem?
Silver Edge on Jug, but that's not really an ideal item pickup for Jug. Otherwise,
Orchid on
Blade
clock?
Mail. Orchid on Clock could work. Again, I don't know if he's got the farm for it.
Not right now. He went for the blade mail first, of course, and looks to be going for the force staff
is a good counter to the Timbersaw if you can sit in that chakram with it. But Kuro just saying, I don't care if you see me. I'm going in. Let's take this, Roche. Let's take a team fight. They know how strong they are. They weave up. Timbersaw will likely be on the front lane. They do get scattered again, and this ET stop could be problematic.
Here they go. Kuroki knows what's coming.
Alk with a Radiance does mean he may look to join up for this fight. Kuro just says, let's keep going. No big deal.
No big deal whatsoever.
And he's got Ice Armor too, so Roche isn't even doing much to him. He's got Weave and Ice Armor. I believe the Weave
great.
wearing off
Escape
soon.
is just waiting for the right time. Oh, maybe this is the right time. Earth Splitter coming through. Hook shot up on Wind Ranger as well. Will Wind run straight away, but nobody can actually attack. Kuroki is the one attacking, and he gets...
Jug. He can't Omni-Slash.
Oh, that is very painful. And then Rubik gets picked up on the sideline, so Boba's dead on the side of Liquid, but that's not too bad. This Juggernaut bought back, teleported to the tier 2. He wants to fight. He wants to help Quakefoot. This is his first fight with the Radiance. Get the stun off. Also, Bulba bought back and Wind Ranger now as well. They'll come back in this. Power shot to show that mind control is in this, looking for the right shackle as we see Cinderin drop in. Miracle is just in the front lines trying to get those kills off. There's still no Omni-Slash. This could be a dieback for Era. He does not. Oh, he just turned around for it, but couldn't get it off anymore. And Yapster just on the run. Miracle is very fast though, very speedy, and he might... Ooh, I was going to say he might just be able to get the kill, but I don't think he can. You can teleport out in that duration, so you're good.
Thought he could burst him and not need to dodge the stun, but in the end it's a big Liquid win, a dieback for the Jug. A couple, I mean, Liquid used 2 buybacks versus the 1 of Escape, but it was a carry buyback versus what, a support and an offlaner, the Wind Ranger I think buying back, and Jug did die twice. Roche secured, easily worth it for Liquid. They just got that good gust off. They knew they could take that fight. The Alk showing up with Radiance was perhaps the surprise that Liquid weren't maybe prepared for. That's why the fight didn't go as one-sided as they were perhaps hoping for. If you're sitting in Roshan when your opponents see you in plain sight, you're thinking that fight's going to go better, but
Yeah.
it's still a win for them all in all. Qualifier, though, gets a decent amount out of it. It's still time not farming. If anything, he would have got more farm overall if he wasn't at that fight just farming lanes, but he has to go to those fights if Escape want to stand a chance. The Radiance Armlet does make him fairly strong at fighting anyone that's not a Timbersaw.
Oh, he's looking for the shackle. He finds it as well. They want to go for this Alchemist. Double damage shoot up on Mind Control with the Focus Fire. And his ultimate just ended. This might be it for Qualifier. Indeed, killing spree down. And he's out of the game for like 50 seconds.
Yeah, Rubik with the stolen Hulk stun. Bulba getting some nice spells off in these fights. Just level 1 even, but it's that extra bit of lockdown. DD rune on Mind Control means this tier 1 top tower likely to fall as a follow-up. And we're seeing this Timbersaw continue to just wreck them every single fight. Miracle, not godlike yet, but he's making sure his team continue to dominate.
Well, this is going to be a tough one for Escape to pull out, to be honest. It's all going to come down to Qualifier, I believe. Qualifier, Era maybe a little bit as well, but Era has had kind of a bit of a setback there with dieback rather. So they got to just be patient, wait the game out. And that's not really where they want to be with their lineup, because the late game of Liquid is pretty good too. 17 Bloodstone charges on Miracle. He's just farming in front of the base of Escape, no problem. He knows he's fine. Defends his own tier 1 tower as well. There's no tower down yet on the side of Team Liquid.
Synderin looking for the TP out. Doesn't look like there's a cancel. So yeah, tower after tower falling. Miracle can just go chasing into any fight he wants, and this is looking very hard for Escape to bring back, even with an Alchemist farming as he is.
Ooh. Hurricane Pike done on Kuroki.
Okay. No.
We also have Yule Scepter done on the other Titan.
Does Windranger have a 4-star? What's he
Wind Ranger, well, he had to buy back. He was very close to getting his Axe, and then he bought back and got set back, so he doesn't have anything really yet.
I feel like maybe they only now have a 4-star. That's where the last couple fights also were tough for them. Either Drow or Windranger needed to perhaps rush one, and ideally the Windranger does, because she's more the utility hero in the off lane. You can go into your DPS after, get the Axe, get your Blink, but the Clockwork's just getting free kills on Windranger. I mean, that last fight he just hooked the Windranger and there was no living, no escape for him. No. But still, game's going fine for Liquid as they go into the mid game here. They've got the Alk problem under control.
Yeah. What's is it a use next for Miracle?
Looks like a Shivers, or I don't think you need Lotus Orb this game.
He
Like
goes
maybe
Blink.
even a Blink Dagger. Oh, let's say yeah. He picked up a Plate Mail, so Blink is really good just because you can go blinking in, maximize your damage output.
Yep.
The Plate Mail means that when he blinks in, because he might not have any reactive armor up, he still has a good amount of armor to not die to a Juggernaut Omnislash.
Yeah. That can still be fairly scary, as it is level 2 Omnislash.
Yeah.
1700 gold again up for Era. He started to
He's
recover from
sort
his
of
dieback.
recovering, and he needs that Manta as soon as possible.
He gets in. He wants to go for Synderin. Nice multicast. Is it enough though? Timbersaw gets no. He doesn't get the kill, and that's where you would want to use. Stop Synderin from teleporting out.
Yeah, a lot of people TPing in front of his face. You can also cancel that ET stun that we've seen lock him down.
Boot to travel oh, never mind. Teleport was there. Clicked on the wrong target. So yeah, another person teleporting out. But I mean, Use wouldn't have fixed that one with the Blaze.
He's stopping them farming. He's farming himself. It's not really hurting Miracle that he doesn't get those kills. It's just he'd like to get them, of course.
6-0. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I thought it'd be godlike by 20 minutes. What's happening?
This is true.
His teammates KS'd him. 3 assists. What is this? Bulba in a couple of those fights who somehow got the kills. And I don't know. I blame Bulba for it.
And Escape is starting to be more evasive of fights. Yeah. They started out wanting to try and do something, but then they realized, well, let's not do that. They did the thing that you said they should. They should just avoid Timbersaw. They have been. They are trying to find the easy kills instead, like this one on Matumba Man, who is trying to save your life, but is just not able to do it. He just bought time though. Oh! The stun mid Timber Chain. Synderin is still dead though.
Yeah, when you see this Timbersaw, run like hell.
Yep. But that was, I mean, that was all Synderin's doing. Sorry, all Matumba Man's doing.
Yeah.
Because he just bought time.
And that's where the Boots of Travel is really good, because you try and avoid him and go for other kills. Miracle can always TP in and turn them around.
Pretty solid Era. We bought all up. Doesn't need any buybacks anymore. Doesn't want to do that. Rather has the ultimate orb. 40 seconds until his buyback cooldown is there again though.
Yep.
And all the lanes are, almost all the lanes are pushed out in favor of Team Liquid. We do have an Alchemist infestation on the top lane. Oh, he wants to chase it. Can he kill him actually with Chemical Rage on?
Is there stun? I think he can just TP out, but he also can just run. That's another option. But Drow's been found.
Yeah, in the meantime, they get the Drow Ranger. Timbersaw blinks in as well, wants to get Kezu, does get him in return, but they're Drow
Get
still
one
die.
kill, Timber shows up, and he punishes you. Every time Escape's getting a kill, Timber's rocking up to punish.
I mean, he was just here a second ago, and it's all of a sudden he blinks up, but he's right there. Well,
maybe see. I wonder where he goes. I think he just goes damage output next, be it a Octarine Core, a Dagon, or the Ag Scepter. Whatever, anything that gives you more burst damage.
no use.
It's nice, but he's going to get 6 slotted so fast. I think it's just like an item slot. You don't
Oh yeah, fair
I
enough.
don't know. It's possible. I think there's so many good items to get on Timbersaw. It's hard to realize what's maybe the best.
Shackle?
Miracle will help set it up. There's a Yules on him. And Mind Control doesn't have any kind of initiation.
No, he needs Blink or Force or something like that so that he can do that.
Uh-oh.
Hey, a courier! Right
He
clicks
wants,
of a Timbersaw, not really
Wants the kill.
something to write home about. Again, stun, TP out, is it enough? He can't get out again. That's
I mean,
the
you might
third
be onto
time.
something with this Yules still.
That is the third time Cinnamon did that right in front of his nose.
It's just the item slot issue, but I the Yules is definitely going to stop those TPs out.
Yeah. It depends on how frustrated Miracle is with that, right?
It's like how much you care about not getting a killer support Ogre Magi. Like it's not you're not losing the game because you're not killing an Ogre Magi.
True. But yeah, they're actually doing really well.
Yeah, they're crushing. Alchemist is still top of the net worth, but he's up there by himself. Jug is not a non-issue still. What does he? I think he bought a Shiver's recipe, I believe, on the courier for Alchemist, because he lost a small amount of gold. The Alchemist, the liquid side.
Alchemist is not.
Oh, sorry, not Alchemist. Timbersaw. What am I talking about? Alchemist. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. It's early in the morning.
It's okay. Ooh, correct. Well, that was a little bit obvious also. But yeah, it is a Shiva's Guard recipe coming out, so
damage.
Not frustrated by Cinnamon.
Yeah, a bit of damage, but more just the aura is really nice against the Jug Alch too.
We got a
The
gem
slow.
up.
This game's looking pretty cruisy for Liquid, as much as the kill score. You see the kill score, you see Alch at #1 net worth, and you're thinking, oh, this game's not that one-sided. I mean, yeah, even the net worth different. Nothing looks like it's that one-sided, but it's more, how will you ever stop Timbersaw from destroying you? Their only reason it's close is because they're avoiding fights and farming.
Oh, the shackle. There's no way that he can get alive out of that one.
Okay.
He has buyback, but yeah, what are you going to do against that?
Eventually, Liquid will find pickoffs like that. Hoikver's played a great game. He hasn't been dying until like right now, and that's why this game is close, because he's avoided all the ganks. But at some point, you have to fight, and no mana farm in my mind makes them ready to fight against the Timbersaw. Arcane Rune, Timbersaw, his wet dream.
That is like the worst rune to see on a Miracle Timbersaw if you're on the side of Escape.
Oh yeah.
Oh, again. No TP home this time. Just annoyance.
Tank the tower a bit.
Yeah, we got the Ags on the Wind Ranger so they can take the tower. Focus fire that down.
This is looking rough. Alch is still dead, so they haven't got the acid spray to help with the defense. And anyone who comes near is just getting blinked on by Miracle. He'll blink in, through some spells. Yappy.
Yep, he dead.
Yep.
Yappy very dead.
That's ugly.
Focus
Miracle.
fire and gets the rags. Hook shot in. Ooh, Kazu, he wants to go for this one, but he gets
They gotta
silenced
go
up
for
and
it.
stunned with the centaur still there as well.
Alch TP got cancelled too, so he's going to walk into the fight.
Yeah, Era still has his Omni Slash, but wants to save it for the right moment and wants to save it so that he can actually kill someone. Perhaps he can use it on the Timbersaw, but
No,
Timbersaw Shiva's
they're
Guard is
tickling
there,
him.
so
It tickles.
yeah.
And he's got a very short respawn with 22 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah. And he has very high regen. He doesn't even...
What am I
He's
talking
fine.
about? They're not killing him once anyways.
No. They're actually not. That was one lane of racks down. In the meantime, maybe do something on the bottom lane, or just going to go back? They're just going to go back. Why not? They don't have any pressure to try and put themselves in danger by going for that bottom Rex as well, so they might just recuperate. Hey, look at that. Maybe get an Aegis.
Why? Why not?
Why not?
Miracle's finally godlike. I'm disappointed it didn't happen sooner, Sheever. It's a terrible game for Miracle. He's been an absolute burden on this Timbersaw.
I'm disappointed.
You need to kick him already and find a better mid player. Kura should just play mid. He's better carry than Matu. He's better mid than Miracle, I'm sure. Just clone Kuroki. 5 Kurokis, win TI7.
Miracle, please. It took you 27 minutes to get godlike.
Yep.
I taught you better than that. Sorry.
DD,
I didn't actually teach him anything, but oh well. Nice Aegis. Drove Ranger gets it. Makes sense. Well, they can just go again on bottom lane.
Yep.
Miracle's already cleaning the creeps out, making sure that everybody of Escape is scared to death and sitting inside their base.
Are they smoking here? They have a DD, so they definitely, I think, want to I guess people are doing shopping trips and whatnot. So maybe they're out fighting.
Shopping trips. Blink Dagger now also for mind control. I like that.
Yep.
1700 golds to boot.
Yeah, Kuro's just going to farm with the DD, I guess.
Yeah.
No big deal. Not like an essential pickup to have for high ground pushes. Miracle probably saying, I want my Ags. And he's got it.
He actually does have it. No buyback, but no buyback needed because he's not going to be dead. And even if he would die, he would be alive almost straight after.
Yeah.
So he's fine. He can buy out. And he's very fast as well, so he can get to the other side of the map in no time. If he wants to be. Even has boots of travel, so
TP
there he is.
there.
Let's see what they can do. And if Escape has an answer, because...
Smoking around from the side. They want to hit the back lines.
Quickfire, a little bit
Here comes the smoke
surprise.
from the north. Looks like they'll run to Daz.
Oh! Let's see, Dazzle's a nice shackle. That's a Juggernaut. Focus fire instantly lift as well. That's already Timbersaw dead. No buyback for Era. Wind Ranger is going to get hit by that Earth Splitter, but I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference. Synderen, no stun TP out this time. And Miracle is beyond godlike with a double kill and now goes for Qualifier. Yapsor and Qualifier, the only 2 left alive for their team.
Turn that Radiance on, Alchemist. Come on.
Yep.
It's kind of bad synergy with the ET Stomp just because it wakes them up. So it is a nice play to turn it off sometimes to stall, but they need the damage.
They really do.
Miracle's just, I think he's behind. He's near the fountain, Miracle. That Timbersaw just zoning people back. And now he's come back and it's like, oh, okay, I'll kill the Yao. Sure, why not?
Stuck to his own Manta style illusion. Mind control getting the right angle in. There's a buyback on the Alchemist, but really, unfortunately for Escape Gaming, this loss could mean the end of their Boston Major dreams. As them losing this game will put them on 5 losses. And there's only some weird, funky scenario where there are multiple teams with 4 wins and 5 losses. And when I say multiple, I actually mean like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Sounds right.
When there's a chance of a tiebreaker, and that is just very unlikely that will happen, and they are aware of that. Era not getting the kill there with the Omni Slash. Mind control also still... never mind. He doesn't die. He does die in the end. They get a kill, but they lose all their heroes. They have got the Alchemists here who bought back, and he's gonna die again with Synderen last one alive. GG well played is cold, and
that's it.
That's it. Escape Gaming.
Yeah, Liquid looking good. How many teams have 5 wins now? Because I feel like
Secret has 5 wins.
Secret have 5. Adfinum have 5.
Liquid have 5.
Now that's their 5th, and to VP, if VP have 5, then you're out if you have 4 wins only.
VP have 5.
So I think all those teams with 4 wins are officially eliminated now, because 4 teams have 5 wins.
4 teams have 5 wins, so all teams that are below 4 losses are already out by default, which would be Escape Gaming.
Escape, Navi knocked out. Anyone
Escape
who's 4.
Navi.
I think Alliance of 4
well,
and
4
5?
theoretically people can still get 4 to 5, 5 to 4, 5 wins, 4 losses.
5-4 might still be okay.
So for example, Vega and Imperial.
How many losses are Alliance? They have 5 losses, I think?
Alliance have 5 losses.
They're out. Yeah. Alliance eliminated, Navi eliminated, and now Escape all eliminated.
Yeah.
3 names I didn't expect to see as the first teams eliminated.
Fantastic 5 is still in there. Let's see. I'm just having to refresh this because it's been a while since I did that. Fantastic 5 is sitting on 4 losses. So
Imperial is 4 losses, maybe?
Imperial is 4 losses as well.
Small chance.
I think we know our top 4. Liquid, Adfinum, Virtus, Pro, Secret. All those teams, all those 4 teams have 5 wins.
Yeah, they could be joined by some other teams, though. Potentially. Like some of those 4 lost teams.
Some of those 4 lost teams could tie with perhaps Adfinum or something like that, depending on how they do. But
Adfinum need one more win to like guarantee top 4. Otherwise, there might be like a tie break or something.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we
guys,
still have a lot of games left today, so maybe things can change.
there's
but
a lot of games left today, actually. But for games on this stream, though, this was the last one on this stream. Now,
yes.
the official Valvecast will continue on Shane's stream, so I think that's Shane O'Mad on Twitch. But if you want to watch the Beyond the Summit 2 stream, there will be all the games covered there, very professionally all the time. But we'll try to keep track of most of the games and just follow the most interesting ones and keep you up to date with all the storylines and all the gossip. So make sure to check in on Beyond the Summit 2. That stream will also be hosted by the time that I go offline. We go offline. And I'm just checking which game there's going to be next. I believe they should be... Well, this was Escape versus Liquid. That means that Virtus Pro versus Alliance will start soon.
Okay.
And Adfinem versus Vega Squadron.
That's a good one, because Adfin and Vega both kind of fighting over still being in, whereas Alliance are knocked out. I mean, Alliance VP should be good, but
Yeah,
because
but
of the
Alliance knocked
standings,
out,
it's
they might...
kind of like, who knows? Alliance may just be like, all right.
For everybody waiting for Secret versus Liquid, that is only the last game of the day, so expect that to be around 11 p.m. So
Great.
CEST.
Stay up late.
Stay up late. That will definitely be one of the more hype games as
Yeah.
well, as you want to be able to pick your opponent perhaps in the
Getting
playoff
first,
brackets
yeah.
tomorrow.
Make life a bit easier.
So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys on Beyond the Summit 2. Bye-bye.